Hey there, welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. I'm Supper of Let's Suffer Together, back with a righteous instructional video today about all the boss fights of Enter the Gungeon, how to kick ass, how to take names, how to dominate. And for one, this is not going to give you all the information. Well, it'll give you all the information, sorry, but it's not going to give you the practical muscle memory, that kind of thing. Obviously, that is kind of what you need to learn yourself, and one of the best ways of doing that is opening up Boss Rush. Now, if you're aware, you have to get this guy to unlock the elevators. You will unlock Boss Rush by finally unlocking the Forge, the 5th level. He's a bit of a pain in the ass, he requires a lot of your resources, but I do advise unlocking Boss Rush, as you'll see. And we can go through all of the bosses this way, practicing. And I can go through each one individually, commenting and instructing on each one. Now, we're Paradox, and of course, we've got the worst gun ever. This is also awesome if you want to try a few things. We can change character. So if you've unlocked Paradox as well, which you have to find a little bit of a goop on the floor, and you can find out what guns. Nail gun. Hey, starting off with the robot's right hand. Nice. Yeah, the nail gun might be synergized. Yeah, we'll charge you $3 per ride for a nice little run in the boss rush, but this will allow you to fight all bosses in a row. Of course, we should have 3 HP, but we've been given, because we're Paradox, the Ring of Miserly Protection, which gives me 2 extra HP unless I buy something. Because I'll never be buying anything in this gives me the perfect opportunity to survive, kick some ass, again. With the robot's right hand, which would normally be robots, you know, it's fine. But again, in random order, you will face every single boss fight, which again, allows me the opportunity to, you know, show you everything. Now this is a very birdie man. As you can see, regular big bird with a regular big gun. He's a little bit henching it, GATLING GULL. So you probably want to take down the chandeliers. There's a few different maps for this dude. This is one of the better ones if you've got the one with the water in. Try and stay at the sides. Yeah. Don't fight in the middle unless he's at the side. But obviously, generally you can... The further the distance, and this is going to be a running theme throughout it, the further the distance you are away from the enemy, if you know their attack patterns, the better it's going to be, but he will keep doing this attack until you do a certain amount of damage. And we've done it. Yeah, just get out of the way of that ball. You do have your blanks as well. But as you can see, I can just run around pretty much in a square. Sometimes I need to dodge roll to get out of the way, you know. But running in a square is the most powerful tool you have in Enter the Gungeon. Running around in a big square, get out of the way, because you see a shadow there. Yeah, if I stay here, it puts me in a bit of a terrible position. I have to dodge multiple bullets, but if you get close to a wall and he's quite close, yeah, all you can really do is time your dodge rolls well. Okay. But in Enter the Gungeon, it's very important you actually try and not get hit at all. Yeah, flipping tables as well that are available to you. To block some bullets, you've got your blanks, just in case you get in a situation. But the first 4 lore bosses ain't all that. That's a blank. There's no real way for me to 100% get out of the way of that. But again, he's going to do this. This is the best time to, you know, make sure you take a certain amount of HP. Because he's dodging these rockets. As long as you're constantly moving, you're going to be pretty much fine. He doesn't shoot at you during that phase. So as long as you're moving and you don't tread over ground you've gone before, you're fine. Yeah, fire. If you can fire and get to the other side while he does the ball attack, you know, the ball attack has time to spread out. But again, in fact, just coming into the boss fight, and any boss you struggle at, don't try and kill him, unless, you know, you have to change his attack pattern. Just see how long he can survive for, you know? Okay. Yeah, just see how long you can survive for, like, you know? Improve your dodging that way. Because muscle memory for movement, yeah, you're going to need to train that. So, you know, just getting into the boss fights through boss rush, or, you know, sacrifice a run to just survive in a boss fight. If he hits you, well, that's a learning opportunity, right? So we can kill him off it. And we get the master round. In boss rush, you only get 1 master round per series of floors. So because I'm fighting all the bosses, we get another weapon. Plunger, although I do not have toxic immunity and it leaves toxic around the side. We get an armor, we get some HP, so with my ring of the birds, and they come and take away his corpse. Beautiful. But I'll tell you what, if you've got a plunger or any liquidy weapon, spamming it up and down like that actually does a lot more damage than shooting directly for some reason. Probably something to do with surface area, maybe. But as you can see, we're up into the next boss fight already. But probably robot's right hand. We've got one blank. Problem with boss rush, of course, you run out of resources like blanks, but that could be a good thing, you know? To make sure you get out of the way. Not one, but two bad people to have to deal with here. And the Trigger Twins. And they've both got different kind of attacks in a way. Separate them. You know, get one, concentrate on one, kill the ads straight away. Right, nothing more important than killing the ads. Get the ads out of the way. Concentrate on one. Make sure you know which one you're firing at. Use the sides of the walls again. Do not get stuck in the door. You know there's a little notch in the doorway? Yeah, kill the ads. You know there's a little notch in the doorway? This goes for any boss fight. Do not get caught. Oh dear, that's a blank. I got caught in the doorway there, you see? I've had to use my final blank because, of course, I put myself in a situation dodge rolling out the way. Now this is a problem. I have to go in between them, which is something I don't want to do. If I want to go around them. Yeah, when they slide like that, if you hit them, they will stop. Ooh. So you can kind of... Again. If they're sliding, you can kind of control their movement, at least when they stop. Yeah, oh, Jesus. So sometimes you've just got to dodge roll to get lucky, you know? It's better to dodge roll if you think you're in a losing position. Although, it's always better to move out the way. I should have been hit several times, but again, you're playing percentages. It's not over. The reason you concentrate on one of them... Actually, when one of them slides, they're not attacking you with bullets. So we finish off one. The reason we don't hurt one of them, we could have taken the second dude down. Always kill Smiley first. I think Shades is the one you want alive, because his attack patterns are generally easier when he's alone. But if Shades was now, on his own, less than half health when his brother died, I assume they're brothers. I think, yeah, you can check in the AMMOCONDA a little bit about each of the boss fights. But as you can see, running around in a square here, making sure you try and stay a certain distance away. Because giving the bullets time to spread out, of course, hugely important. Making him chase you. Knowing where they are as well to actually fire at them in the first place, hugely important. Oh, this is going to be hugely important for later. Ballistic boots, we've been given extra speed. One of the biggest things, bit of a bug there, that's always that. You get more armor. One of the biggest things in this game, if you get, and I think ballistic boots gives you either 15% or 20% extra speed. Speed is literally the best thing you can get. It can put, if you're not used to it, it can put you in a situation where you run into a bullet. Because you feel too fast, but when you get used to it, it's beautiful. Because you can outrun bullets now with 15 to 20% extra speed, you know? So we've got one more boss fight in this area, I think, again, it's been a while since I played Enter the Gungeon, but as I explained in the last kind of casual run, 10th floor, you know, it's like riding a bike. As you can see, 2 bosses without being hit. Ah, the king. Take out Chancellor ASAP, he'll charge at you and be a motherfucker. If you've got Casey, you can one-shot. This dude, again, distance. It's all about distance. Alright, that was me. Ah, there's a little trick here. Right. Always try and keep the king as high as possible. As high as possible, because that ball right there that just happened. So you want to run around. In a movement pattern, you can kind of check my movement pattern. Going back and forth, get into... making sure you get him as high as possible. Okay. Do we have a blank left? We do not. So again, my speed helps me to get him back up top. This is a little bit too low. Some of the attacks you'll need some, you know, distance. There's some you won't. But again, that ball, if that hits the ceiling, that's where you're looking good. We've already got the master round from this series of boss fights, so again, distance here would be important because it spreads out the bullets more. You just what? But then work your way back up to the top because he'll follow you, of course. So okay, you see how speed allows me to maneuver around the bullets to get me into a more favorable 50 money. Nice. We get an M1. It's less because I'm using the robot's right hand. You notice I'm making it less about the weaponry and more about the actual, tactical positioning. That's the most important thing, and it's what is gonna get you those sexy master rounds. Because master rounds in the regular order of gameplay, extra hearts. There's nothing more valuable apart from keys and apart from money and apart from good weaponry and apart from good passive items there is than HP. So we maneuver on down to the second series of floors with some improvements, We'll probably start using different weaponry, because again, it's certain boss fights, there is a simpleness to them where, it's like a meta, of keeping the king high so that big ball hits the wall and then it spreads out in a less aggressive pattern. And you can, once the ball hits the wall, you can pull back and let the bullets spread out, kick some ass and dodge through them. It's good times. Again, I love the boss fights in this game. The music's so dramatic. And again, this little bug here, it's always here in boss rush. I might M1 it. Because we need a master round, We need to survive. We need to be survivors. This motherfucker, again, ads, kill them. Kill the ads. You see the little eyeballs? Right, these missiles, oh man, you want a high rate of fire weapon, or liquid. Liquid! That is. You just dodge roll over it. You can get close to him, and you can outpace it, but not for long. If you've got enough speed. So again, the missiles either, because you need to shoot them twice separately. It's not about HP, it's about impact. Luckily, liquid will do that for you. Watch out for the poison if you're using that kind of thing, though. These type of shots, again, he can box you in really easy with these type of shots, because if he gets close to you, they don't have time to spread out, and he's a bit of a bully, That's why you always want to go to the side that offers you the most amount of room. Like, you notice, he's a little bit to the left, so I go right. If he was to come to the right, I would move to the left. That kind of thing, and just continue on with the pattern. Allowing these bullets to spread out and then move around as he comes along. You see that? It's good, isn't it? There's an ad there now, but we do have blanks left. I could do this to the ad to generally kill everybody. This liquid would also push back the enemy. You know that little dickhead that was in the corner there? The little eyeball. Using the liquid to push him back. Any weapon that pushes back the enemy is awesome. This could actually do decent damage against the boss fight. This plunger. And the great thing about this, I can slow it down as well if I want to. But as he's moving to the center, if he's already following you a little, it's best just to move to the other side, because it's, you know what I mean? He's already moved. It's like he's on a little bit of a delay for movement. But it's more about learning how to dodge roll over the laser. It just takes some sort of timing on your own part to get used to when to dodge roll, because again, the laser, right, that laser he does, if you're further, say he was there lasering, if I was further out, the laser would obviously swing more violently towards you because it's further out. That's just how it works, But if you're closer to him, you kind of have an opportunity to kind of maneuver around him. And while it doesn't technically, it is still coming at you fast, you have an easy opportunity to move away from the laser quicker. If you were further away, the more you run away, because you've got to cover more ground, the laser would follow you quicker than if you were closer, you know what I mean? Like, I can do a circle easier around him. Of course, getting this close would have meant I'd been hit, but you know what I mean? Just to demonstrate. Getting a circle around him quicker is easier and quicker than doing a big circle around here, so make a middle ground. It's always best to get the middle ground and then dodge roll over, back and forth. Trying to outrun that laser is a fool's game. You will get hurt. Ah, we got the old proper nail gun. This nail gun is awesome. This is such a good weapon. Very close range. Hold on, what? Oh, no, because it's... Yeah. I was wondering why there was a blood effect on the pedestal, but we got the master round, you know? It's good times. Of course, all candles must die. Who have we got next? Still got both our blanks. AMMOCONDA. This is a good time to bring up the fact boss fights in Enter the Gungeon work off intimidation factor. Once again, the ads he makes... The ads will be created when you do a certain amount of damage, but always go for the ads first. Nothing is more important than destroying those ads. The AMMOCONDA is about experience on how he moves. Those type of shots, you see them? Right, these shots in particular, they're the most deadly shots. These are relatively easy to get out of the way from. His movement as well, because I've got extra speed, I'm finding it easier to get out of the way. Because I know his movement pattern anyway. You know? It's not that he has he has a movement pattern. He looks really random in his movement pattern, but he's kind of not, you know? You can influence where he goes. And running around in a square. That's why movement is so important. The quicker you can do a full-on square, but again, these things, you see that red dot, and when it moves in a different direction eventually, that is the most chaotic part of the fight. That's going to eventually, if you try and go up against it long enough, like these ads, they'll shoot a shot, but it's the actual him eating the ad, because he will try and chomp on it, he will regain health, he will get stronger, he will move faster. It's the worst thing you can ever have happen in the fight. But again, I can just survive here all day, movement-wise. You see that series of shots coming, like this shot is horrible. I wouldn't advise dodge rolling much in this fight. There's again, unless you are absolutely necessary, like for dodge rolling over these shots, like you might need to. But again, that comes with its own danger. But again, if you don't let him eat the ads and you get used to his movement, you're fine. Ah, Tetris and armor. You see how I'm just gaining and gaining and gaining HP? The master rounds. This is what should happen, you know, with your health as you go down Enter the Gungeon in terms of regular gameplay. It's what should happen. It's not easy. Don't get me wrong. This is all very difficult, what I'm kind of doing here. It takes a lot of time, a lot of muscle memory. This is why Boss Rush in the first place offers a lot of value to a player who wants to learn how to actually kick some ass. Who we got next? GORGUN! Hope you have poison immunity. And there is one shot, there's two shots in particular, sorry, that are really problematic, and hopefully we'll get to it. Because even I can have trouble, like, stay off the poison, obviously. These shots, right? Like, this isn't so bad, you just move away, right? Just move away. Don't dodge roll through that. Look away. It's quicker to look away. This shot, right? It's just you're gonna have to learn the that distance I was then to get in between all the openings. Like this shot as well. You want to be moving back and then dodge roll into it, because she does multiple types of shots of these very quickly, one after the other. So if you're too close, well, again, there's a certain distance you want to be away, otherwise, well, if you're too far away, the circle will close in. If you're too close, the circle won't have opened. But again, distance. Again, use different... This is one thing I haven't got into yet. The different types of weapon you have, use them all. Use whatever... Like, this is close range. Use the close range, look away, so you don't get stunned. If you won't be able to shoot if you look into that. Don't dodge roll through it. The worst thing you can do is dodge roll through that, because if she does the double Mach 10 attack at you after you've dodge rolled, when you dodge roll, you lose movement ability. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dodge rolling through that because I don't want to thread the needle. Yeah, look through it, and then you can start shooting again. If you dodge roll, you lose shooting, you lose movement. Here's the big kicker, right, for dodge rolling. Ah, accuracy. Very nice. And armor. Here's the big kicker for dodge rolling versus just moving out of the way. When you dodge roll, you're on a set path that you can't get out of. you can't fire during it. You can fire when you land, of course, you know, but it's dodge rolling is very limited and should be used sparingly to get out the way, you know? Like, to literally dodge roll over bullets. If you're just using it to try and maneuver, nah, walk out the way, mate, you know? It's so much more effective because you can chain. If you walk in a direction and then, oh shit, if I keep on walking, like, if you dodge roll and a bullet's on the trajectory to land where you land for the dodge roll, you're screwed. But if you're moving, you can very quickly move away, you know? So, was that all 3 of them not been hit? Hey, good times. Again, I haven't played Enter the Gungeon in, like, properly. Like, we used to stream it all the time at twitch.tv/Let's Server Together. Come and join us for some great roguelike gaming. You know what I mean? I haven't played it in about a year properly, you know? So we have accuracy. Looking at what we've got. Again, here's why boss rush is really good as well. You have a limited loadout. Compared to, say, the regular game. The regular game, you get 2 chests. And you have a shop. So you can get stuff in the shop. Items, guns, hearts, armor. Which are all going to help you for the boss fight. You're going to lose stuff during the regular floors as well, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. In boss rush, you have a limited loadout, which means you have to put more effort into surviving. Boss fight after boss fight after boss fight. So it's going to make you better just by, you know, experience with the boss fight and the fact you have to use what you're given. You have to use what you're given in the regular runs anyway, but... Oh, this guy's a prick. He's an absolute arsehole. Right, I have never really found a reasonable way. He will, most of the time, do that. Well, no, like, that attack is horrible. You see what I mean? It's normally this attack that comes first, and he's in the center. If he's in the center doing that, I've never found a way of getting around it other than blanking, you know? But for this attack, moving out of his way, because obviously when he hits a wall, he'll do these. So moving out of the way of where he's going to roll to give yourself the most amount of time to roll over each. The circles, yeah, this one gets to the bottom wall. That way, you're turning it into a 2D game, really, you know? And you just dodge roll over him. Turn it in... Right, that can go for anything, actually. If you get to the bottom wall, it can... just turn it into... If you have to worry about up, down, left, and right for movement, well, you're worrying about 4 different directions. If you get to the bottom wall, you only worry about left and right and dodge rolling over bullets, you can have an easier time, although that's not... Yeah, this attack, when it gets closer to you, you either thread the needle very quickly, like I just did, or you blank. Okay. That is the problem, though. He can get really close to you with his eyes. Like, he could have got closer to me there, but... Cannonball Rog is, you know, you see him all the time. He's so popular in terms of being picked for a boss fight. But you see what I mean? Just giving myself space, rotating around. Hope, like, once you've fought him quite a few times, you learn where he rolls to move away from him. Now, again, this one at distance, not a problem. But again, if he's in the corner for this, it's fine, you thread the needle. But if he's really close to you, like at the start of the fight, nah, blanket, run, just run, get some distance on him. What are you doing, lad? Yeah, don't touch him as well. He'll hurt you. Yeah, you're going to have to learn some good movement for that. Keys are so important. Yeah, in boss rush. Hey, a shotgun? I mean, good for ads. Yeah, Cannonball Rog. You're just going to... Again, learning the movement for him is... And learning that you need in the second floor to save your blanks for this boss fight in particular. Most of the other boss fights, as you've seen, even though I have used blanks, that's because of my sloppy positioning. Cannonball Rog can be somewhat essential to use blanks. So again, always assume it's going to be him. Right. You know we're talking about speed and how it's super important. Speed in this, if you can get extra speed against the Dreadnought, it's, again, running around, making him run around in a square. Kill the ads. Again, always kill the ads. Anybody who fires extra bullets, use your ears as well. You heard the ad die there in the distance. You didn't see it, but you heard it. That's an audio signal. Again, you should register to know it's dead. Now I can go back to attacking the boss. But again, normally if I didn't have the extra speed, the tank has such a better chance of catching me in a corner. This guy is trying to block you off, and he's recognized the type of shot. I think I killed the ad then. I think I got lucky. We did. You see, he's dead now. He's on the floor. Fucked. But speed? Eventually, all this cover will be destroyed. It's not the biggest problem. In fact, cover can... Because the tank has to go round cover, and you do as well. If there's bullets in the way of cover, it can limit your options. So having all... Again, just learning how to kind of make him move so his bullets are predictable. I think that's the most important thing. And say the ads again can be dealt with in a way like that, you know? Push them, poison them. Make sure you don't get poisoned yourself, but hey, you'll get fucked over soon enough. Hey, the ad is alive. What the fuck? I heard him die. There we are. Yeah, you can't easily use close range weapons for this fight, but you can get away with it. It's something like, if you've ever tried to fight this dude with the Casey, you know, the baseball bat that's purely close range. Oh dear. I think I might use Tetris gun actually. It's a nice ASMR sounding gun. But again, you see me again using the old square technique, rectangle technique, going around in a rectangle, because he has to chase you. You make him go the long way around. He might take shortcuts, which you really need to be aware of, right? If he starts cutting corners and you're not aware of it, you will get boxed in, he will fire a load of bullets, and you might not be aware, because again, contact damage exists. If you touch the tank or he runs into you, you're fucked. If he covers, the bottom is covered there, I can't go down. I could try and go left, but he is going to rapidly move upward now, so I give myself the best opportunity. You see what I mean? I recognized he was going to go all the way up and cover me off, so I had to dodge over one bullet to make an escape route. But if I tried to go to the left too early while I was high up, that's a blank. Oh, I was about to say that's a blank, but it wasn't, because I killed him. And we get the master round, and we also get an item. This is where, you know, you need to use your blanks. You need to use your active items. You need to know what passive items you have and where the strength is. I have movement speed, I have accuracy. Those are two things. Although the boss fights and their hitboxes are really big, accuracy still against the ads that are created, you know? I've got an accurate weapon in the M1. I'm running out of ammo. Shit. But now I've been given an active that I can shoot twice as much for a period of time. Double damage. Although, again, you need to learn about the boss's inherent armor. There's damage cap in the game. If you do 1000 damage in, I think it's a second, the boss will essentially gain natural armor. If you do more than 1000 damage in a second, it won't have damage cap, so the game can limit the amount of damage you do. But again, if you're trying to do more than 1000 damage with separate bullets, it's not going to work. You're going to get impeded. Ah. Not very nice, this lady. Mind flare. I think she's a lady. I have no idea. So we just get the job done. You have an option. Yeah. Trying to find the right bell, that's really tricky. Yeah, these guys, all you can really do is run while dodging bullets. Run them around in the old technique as well, you know, it's not a square. Yeah, this one, distance, and oh, probably blankable for most people as well. This one, get to the bottom if you can. Find this little space here, right below her or right above her. Yeah, these guys... I'm going to blank. Yeah, don't get in the circle. But again, this one is really tricky because you need to move up out of the way. Right. If you... For that big concentric circle attack, if you stayed where you are and tried to thread a needle that way, we need to get... Right. You heard the click then. I know exactly what type of attack she's doing, I think. But again, you need to kind of slowly move upward or downward to get out the way of each trajectory of each bullet. So, oh shit, that's a blank. Again, I was in the wrong position. I couldn't get to the top in time. But you need to register that. You need to know what you can and can't. Oh, this one is a pain in the ass. Get to the top wall and again, turn it into a 2D game. Make it a left or right issue. Don't make it an up or down issue because the bullets are coming back and rebounding. If you turn it into a 2D game, all you're doing is dodging the bullets that are coming towards you. Because the bullets that have then bounced off the walls aren't a problem anymore, you know? I don't really care about this master round. I got the master round, so it's alright, baby, but... One of the more difficult bosses, but... Oh. Yeah, there's certain periods of time that you can just dominate. So again, there's a nice little... Oh, you son of a bitch. But again, this happens. Turn it into a 2D game. Then approach. You've got a bit of time to get some damage. And if you have a blank and you're fully willing to wait, you can kill these one at a time. You do have quite a bit of time to get them. You can do them two at a time and it's not too bad. But weed them out because of what happens now, yeah. The problem is turning it into a 2D game when this is kind of rigid. It's not a smooth surface. Well, I moved over a bit too much there, but we'll try and survive a little while since we have some ammo. You know, see about movement. Yeah, if you dodge roll, so again, move up. Up, 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 up. Oh, Jesus. 2D game. And this one, again, sometimes multiple... You can't shoot them. It's annoying. Sometimes they don't move. It's really weird. You might... Oh, dodge roll as well. If you've got no other option, dodge roll. You saw how they all came around me. You can survive an explosion via dodge roll. Hey, Polaris. Not a great weapon unless I can kill a lot of individuals and level it up, but... Hey-ho. We're not getting much ammo. Here's the problem. We're about to fight... Who I think we're about to fight a real motherfucker. Door Lord. Now, to say I have any tips against this guy is a fucking carpet licking the floor. Yeah. Don't get too close because he'll do that. Yeah, I don't have any blanks left, so again, here's the problem. He uses multiple attacks at the same time. The fire from the laser, he teleports around. What you need here is a way to, you know, do massive damage quickly. That's why I'm using my active right now. Yeah, oh. Sometimes you can use explosives to limit the amount of bullets on screen. Now, the key here is not getting a master round as much as it is limiting the amount of health you lose. Don't try and, you know... what the fuck? Yo, sometimes you just gotta, you know, build an intuition about what to do in a certain situation. You don't know what you're actually doing, but you're just building... Yeah. Laser is horrible because... What? Right. Let me slow it down. What I would advise for that laser, don't get closer, don't move further away. Because that laser will follow you further instantly and further away instantly. So stay on the same distance away from him. Otherwise, that laser will speed up and slow down depending how far away... You know the same problem with the Beholder? It has that problem here. You can also do this. Slow down time. Give yourself a bit of time to make a decision. When she gets me hit, of course, but... Again, we're trying not to... Oh, the spinny laser is horrible. Timing this right can be very difficult, but again, I advise staying on the same distance away from him. You don't want that laser speeding up, you don't want it slowing down. It's very confusing. Laser while bullets are on screen as well. It's why it's always been one of the worst bosses. And being set on fire for, you know, where the laser has been. This attack ain't bad, but when he teleports around and then instantly fires afterward. Yeah, movement is your friend, because obviously you'll fire in different directions. If you have a KC, you can pretty much one-shot. So you see, it isn't impossible to get out of the way. It is a little bit of pot luck, though, you know? And you can simply just, you know, for that attack, and this attack as well, move around in a circle. You know, the power of the circle. And you can thread the needle on... you can thread the needle on that, trust me, it's happened before. And this attack isn't so bad, it's the laser. The laser and slowly, the double concentric circle and laser attack, this one, I mean. This one and laser is, yeah, problematic, but some of the best bet is to do what I did there. Try and jump forward while both of the concentric circles are relatively close together. And hope you dodge the laser at the same time. Again, it's a crapshoot, unfortunately. But, you know, it's a lot of fun regardless. So, the Hollow. So, who do we find? WALLMONGER. This is one that knocks everybody out when you first find him. Once again, the enemies work off intimidation. All you can do is fire. Yeah. Dodge rolling against the back wall and forward and back. I wouldn't advise dodge rolling through. I wouldn't advise dodge rolling through the big... Like, this is going to get me hit, yeah. Dodge rolling backwards into the wall like this is good for this. And maybe something like this. But when 4 bullets are coming at you at once, you know, go to the side. Make sure you know when you're on... Like, dodge rolling over those. I wouldn't... Okay, what? Sorry, mate. Dodge rolling over those 4 shots that come down. It's better to get out of them and go to the other side. Moving from side to side. There wasn't enough time. The problem is here, you need to kill him fast. Because he will constantly charge you down. This is essentially a timed fight. He will literally crush you. He won't give you any space down here. You know, you won't have any space to fight. He will just wreck you. He'll crush you. Hence why I was on a bit of a time limit. Again, this dude works a bit off intimidation. What I would suggest, having any bouncy weapons, that kind of thing, making sure a weapon can bounce all the way up and all the way down to get some extra damage. Hopefully have fire immunity. So if you have fire immunity, it's a lot easier to use the full kind of breadth without worrying about the fire. The fire can make you, you know, dodge roll around. And if you're dodge rolling around when there's a load of bullets, you're going to get hit. But again, turn it into a 2D game. Stay at the bottom for when you can. But if multiple bullets all come down at once that are really concentrated, no, dodge roll over them. Or get out the way, you know? And just constantly shoot at this motherfucker. Don't let up, you know? You're on a time limit. But again, the Enter the Gungeon bosses... Apart from learning muscle memory, which is obvious by now, you know, all the bullets are on screen, you've got to avoid them, you're going to have to learn how to, you know, react to specific events and types of attacks that happen. A lot of the bosses work off intimidation value. You know, the first time you play it, you get stomped. You get absolutely stomped. The game wants you to remember that and have that fear every time you come in. The only exception to that is a Door Lord, who's an absolute wanker who you can never get used to. But, you know, knowing there are some clues when you're in a regular run, there are sometimes clues how the map is laid out, which boss fight you're going to be fighting before you go in, so you can plan a little bit, you know? Sometimes. Okay, this dude is kind of like the Door Lord. He's actually very similar apart from the lasers. Like this, you're just gonna have... That's very Cannonball Rog-like, you know? You know the initial attack of the Cannonball Rog I complained about? That is, you know, probably just blank? Yeah, I wouldn't advise... Again, having tactics against this dude is purely just... Have a homing weapon, because he moves around a lot, you know? This shot. You know, it bends around, but... Treat these as ads. I would get them out of the way, else they will follow you. Yeah, always shoot the skulls. It's a priority. But again, good movement will see you through. At least, hopefully. When it goes dark, you know, always watch from the sides. Here's the big problem with trying to get a master round out of this fight. You've got bullets coming from the side of the walls that aren't shot from the boss fight himself. You see that? Just cheeky. I had to dodge roll over that one. Compromise my movement. Luckily, this attack isn't that bad, but it's followed up very quickly with one that might be a little bit bad. Yeah, there's a lot of threading needles and just good maneuvering here. Yeah, doing the old liquid shot again. Very good for those skulls. But again, they shoot bullets, so never get any close. Well, that's a blank. Again, know when you gotta do a blank if you've got them. That was a panic. Oh, it wasn't a panic blank. That was an accidental blank because I play on controller. But yeah, dodge rolling over that one's simple. When he only does one of those, easy to dodge roll over it. But when he does multiple, oh, I'm door fucked. That was a classic example of being door fucked. You see this? That's multiple, which is harder to get out of the way of. You see that? Multiple levels of attacks, one after the other. But this one is, again, relatively easy to get away with, as long as you're comfortable. You gotta... Alright, here's, I think, we've clocked the great advice for this one. Knowing the difference between moving out of the way and dodge rolling over. Like, I can dodge... Well, I say dodge roll over. You have to make... You have to have very quick decision-making ability in this fight. Whether to dodge roll out of the way, because this one's easy to dodge roll, that one. Whether to, you know, try and go for a full-on frontal assault because you need it. Alright, he's dead. Or whether to, like, move out of the way, dodge roll. You know, it's purely, you're going to have, you know, some really great movement-based decision-making ability in this fight. Going, you know, never stop shooting as well. I stopped shooting because I'm trying to lengthen the fight. To explain it, I could have killed it a lot sooner if I'd committed a bit more. One more fight here in the 4th level of areas. Because again, every time I go down an elevator, it's just essentially mimicking the regular floors moving down, all in one big go. Ah, the easiest boss fight in the game. You might not... Again, this is one that works on intimidation value completely. There's 4 of them. They must be 4 times as hard as every other boss fight, right? Nope. Dodge roll up. 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 Once you've killed one of them, they stop attacking. Move around in a square. Thread the needle. They will get back into this. Yeah, this is probably the worst part of it, where they come attacking from left to right, but hey, they stop and they get back in the center, which you then get back, and you know, you go up and down, up and down. Watch out if you've got a bit more movement speed, because you want to be really far down. If you are a bit too eager, you can dodge roll and another one dice, you know? I'll leave these 2 alive for a little while. This is probably, again, the worst, where they, you know, stamp after you. But again, just good movement, round in a square. They're nothing. They're nothing at all. It's just, again, just position yourself here. Up and down. Up, Make sure you're dodge rolling exactly upward. If you go to side, you're screwed. Yeah, what is this? I mean, when there's 4 of them, yeah, this attack is a bit more vicious, but thread the needle. Don't dodge roll. Don't dodge roll out of these. You'll get hit, you know? Try and stomp on me. I use a dodge roll to get a little bit more movement speed. You do get the tiniest bit of movement speed by dodge rolling. Ah, shit. Nearly got me out of position now. But you see what I mean? The right positioning at the right time solves this boss fight immensely. Ah, I might as well get us onto the last stage here. But yeah, taking out one of them, if you can target priority, and then this is easy, you just go back and forth like this. Being comfortable with your dodge rolls here is pretty important for the timing of it, so you'll get the timing down, no problem, though. Now I might as well just charge my active up for the final fight. Use my regular bones weapon. Yeah, back and forth. Here's the intimidation value. They stomp up and down as well, you know? They're designed so beautifully, these boss fights, where stomping up and down is kind of like asserting their authority. You know what I mean? Now again, on a regular run, especially if you go all the secret floors, which again we'll do in another video, and all those boss fights as well, you know, Blobby Lord, the True Old King, you know, the Chopper, and that kind of thing. And, of course, Lich himself. But we move down into the final area. With 2 extra blanks, the Forge. The Dragon, well, is the Dragon. The final boss fight for Boss Rush. Intimidation is huge. He takes up half the screen, you know? What's more intimidating than that? I take up like 0.5% of the screen as an individual. I get 2D game it if you can get down to the bottom, turn it into a 2D game. Left and right only, up and down. This is probably one of the harder ones. I didn't mean to blank there, but it actually got rid of some of the skulls, which is nice. Yeah, the Mach 10s dodge roll over in a diagonal fashion. But you can turn this into a 2D game again. You see what I'm doing? Just sometimes I'm going left and right, sometimes I'm going up, but I'm not going left and right, up and down at the same time, you know? Now this is about timing, pure timing. You know? Get comfortable with your blank. To remove, you have to get that blank timing down if you want those skulls removed. Now here's the thing. For some reason, and this applies in nearly all situations, it might be different if you're left-handed. Right. I believe, you know, your brain works in 2 halves. I fight here on the left-hand side because my brain can process the information easier on the left-hand side. If you're in the comment section, let me know if you're left-handed and you prefer fighting on the right. That'd be absolutely beautiful information to have to bring up next time. But always fight if you're right-handed. Hey, fight on the left-hand side if you're left-handed. Let me know how you go with it, and then, you know, compare it. But I've always found the left-hand side has allowed me to dodge better. Yeah, turn it into a 2D game. These bullets bounce though, so you do need to think about not dodge rolling. And I was about to say that's an easy one. Stray bullets, you know, certain types of shots can be a bit wider than you expect. But always be moving. Bob and weave, my friends. Bob and weave. Know what's coming, you know? So, because you might need to do one style of dodging and then quickly move into another. With me essentially going left and right, up and down, like this, going left and right, up and down, dodge rolling, dodge roll, and then immediately move all the way up to the top here to avoid the Mach 10s. We should probably haul ass, because again, we're just gonna... Oh, I have no blanks left, so again, if he does get these out, kill them immediately. They are not your friend. They will ruin your entire life. Yeah, using charged weapons in a boss fight is actually really tricky, because you have to pay attention to a lot in a boss fight, right? And paying attention to your level of charge for your weapon is, yeah, it's super tricky. If you can just do a fire and forget this one, yeah, move slowly to the other side, right? Don't move very fast to the other side. You need time for the dragon to follow you and waste his own time. Yeah, simple move. When he does that, breath, and like this one as well. Simply, you know, put yourself a little bit low, dodge roll over to the side when it's about time. Use your actives if necessary to get rid of things that will... The knives will knock you out quicker than the dragon himself. because they're adding extra bullets into the fight. You know, it's vital you get rid of them. Yeah, you only have one chance of getting this 5th floor master round for the boss rush. One of the easier ways of getting the casual lead god, well, the lead god achievement using boss rush. Although, again, I've never found it too hard myself, considering I've got like 2,500 hours in the game. Subtle flex there, so subtle. Yeah, if you've got to, slowly move over, you know, move as much as you need to. Otherwise, you'll run out of space and he will still be attacking you, filling the screen with bullets. Now, this is a tricky one. Like I was saying, there's multiple levels of bullets on, multiple levels of attacks on screen. I've run out of room, but I can, you know, use my dodge roll to great effect. So because I don't have any increase in damage, this fight is, you know, really tricky. One of the best pieces of advice I can give as well, not as much about learning. Well, learning your weaponry is key, but unlocking all of the weaponry as well. Having some good unlocks, that's huge. Because say you've got a Yari launcher, say you've got some other weaponry, it's gonna, you know, do a hell of a lot more damage than what I'm using here. Well, unlock it, get it done. Now, my friends, this is pure dodge rolling skill. Give yourself some room to back up like this. You see me backing up when I go into them? Just to buy myself some time for the bullets to come a little further down and just attack the heart, of course. It's going to take multiple phases because I don't really have the strongest of damages. But again, watch how I do it, how I allow time to not bump into the dragon or fall off the edge of the pit. Like, push down, move, dodge roll to the side when it's close. Yeah, sometimes you'll have to make quicker dodge rolls than some others. We've got him on the next one. We've got our active back, so this one is easy. If you have an invulnerability active, oh shit. If you have an invulnerability active, this is a piece of piss. But you won't always have it, and you won't always be able to do it in 1 or 2 phases. Sometimes this can take 4 or 5 phases to get the second phase out of the way. But that is all of the boss fights of Enter the Gungeon that aren't kind of hidden away or unlockables. 50 minutes, I mean, that's pretty slow actually, but, you know, explaining everything, dude gives him the solid thumbs up. But if you have any questions, always feel free to drop a follow, a subscription, and we'll be having other Enter the Gungeon videos dropping for other aspects of it, or ask any questions in the comments. I'm Suffer of Let's Suffer Together. We stream live at twitch.tv/Let's Suffer Together, and it's been a pleasure. Hey, I hope you've had a wonderful time. I learned a lot. But specifically, thank you to the YouTube members here at the Roguelite Renegades, Shay's channel, Metagodit, Mig, Sean Warren for contributing through the join button down below. We really do appreciate the financial contributions made to the channel. But for anybody out there, as long as you learned something and as long as, you know, you enjoyed the video, well, I'm happy. But until next time, my friends, take care, take it easy. I'll see you all in the next video, and enjoy Gungeoneering. See you soon, my friends.